Hello, welcome to the next episode of Meanwhile in the Falklands from FITV. It's been a funny old week this week because we're still on our own, aren't we, Hannah?
Yeah,
who's taking
all
the
on
makeup
our own,
off.
just the two of us. Sorry, I'm taking.
And we're not in the Malvina House Hotel either.
Boo.
We're back in the office because we've had to record this quite quickly. You know, not because we don't think highly of you, because we do, listener. You are our favourite. But
we've managed to rope two lovely gentlemen in.
We have. But we're actually recording this on Wednesday afternoon, which is different from Friday morning, because we've got the careers fair at the school tomorrow afternoon, which we're looking forward to.
It'll be very good, I think. I'm excited for that.
Anyway, I'm joined by Hannah, of course, who's taking her makeup off for the benefit of the tape. Excellent. Steve's here from last week. We're going to talk a lot with you.
Also, taking his makeup off.
And Bailey's here, who's just read the news for us.
I have indeed.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
In his wedding suit, should we say?
So we had a visitor on Monday morning in the office, Stephen, who asked us whether we should have done a credit for your eyebrows.
Expressive eyebrows.
Yes, I can understand why. They are rather pronounced.
They are, and he said you were a little bit surprised by some of the words you said, and your eyebrows shot up. So if you want to witness that, listener, you need to look at episode 420 with Steve reading the news there. Gosh, I forgot my words.
Yes.
And we talked to you about that, didn't we, last week?
Yes, I tell you, it's part of my superpower, really.
What, your eyebrows? Okay. So we won't show them off then.
No.
So Hannah and I are still on our own. So we have brought in Steve and Bailey. You've just done these for the second time.
I have, yeah. My second time. I have to say, I feel like I'm getting mildly better at it, although I'm obviously improving my eyebrow work compared to episode 420. Obviously, that's feedback I've been getting from this so far. But,
so listener, if you're listening to this, perhaps you can write in. We need communicate with you more. So it would be really good if you could tell us whose eyebrows you prefer, Steve.
Yeah, here we go.
Or Bailey.
Who do you prefer?
Nobody comments on our eyebrows, do they?
If you think only about eyebrows, maybe you need to take a little photo of each eyebrow and nothing else, because that wouldn't be fair, would it?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Just
should.
the
Yeah,
eyebrows.
let's do that. We'll take some photos of eyebrows and you can have a look at them on the YouTube.
Yes,
podcast.
the eyebrows. What a game!
But what I can't do is move an eyebrow. Yes, the eyebrow with the other one.
Oh, shame, isn't it?
That I think is quite a skill.
Do you know what? Now, after you said to me earlier on in the week that you were going to fill this podcast with dad jokes, now worried every time you speak. What's going out your?
Don't worry, very worried.
Anyway, I think that Hannah have discovered this week is that people favour the right-hand side.
Yes, very strange. What was I watching where I thought that? It was we went to the public meeting on Communications Week, and we'd set up our little cameras, one at the back and one at the right, and everyone who was presenting faced the right-hand side of the room instead of facing us. And I thought, is this bad? Why aren't they facing me? So you told me specific.
Yes,
No.
I read it on Facebook, so it must be true that if you're faced with two queues of people, you always go for the one on the left, because people will always go to the one on the right. And I said to you the same thing when we filmed the drag show. I heard Dan was filming on stage left, and he had the same thing. Whenever when you look at the footage, when the people and they're doing their act, they do favour the right hand side of the room.
Why that is? It's really.
Write in and tell us, listener, if you're sitting there.
Or do you think is it to do with your right left, your strong?
But I'm sure somebody somewhere has written a paper on that and got a PhD from it. So we won't have the time, clearly, listening, because we're busy people. But perhaps, if you've got a few megabytes out there, you could work for us. Let us know. Paper.
We should maybe ask how else this might be useful in life. For example, if you're to ask out a member of the opposite sex, maybe you're supposed to sit on the right hand side of them, or stand in a certain place.
This is why we have baby.
Body language.
How is this useful?
Is baby expert? Loud, come on.
Right, now
That's all in my
rating.
mind.
I'm going to have to put an rating on the podcast. Bailey, you're quite right though. We do a presentation again and film a presentation. We were favouring stage right of that. So we can, that. It is from Falkland Holidays. It's just
Hello, Margaret. How are you?
What is it going?
Guess
We're
we're
just
Recording.
recording the podcast. Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the importance of being early. Clearly, this is not the right.
It's quite important.
Hey.
Number one.
Sorry.
For the benefit of the pointed at you, look as short. Why didn't you come on that? Yes, listener, you can listen to this the same. If you want to come along to the Important Being Earnest, the tickets are on the door Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and doors open at 7 o'clock. £5 on the door.
Fabulous. I will directly from this office then.
No, you can't. And listener, if you're listening to in another country and you think you want to come here on holiday, you need to Margaret. Falkland Islands Holidays is the office door to us. There you go, little plug for them. Anyway, so we're back on now. Ben, you're wearing a very nice suit today,
Kindly.
and you told us there was something very special.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you consider it special, it is I got married. Yes. I mean, more importantly than that, as far as I'm concerned, it has got a weird waterproof coating on it. I don't know why, but at some point.
We decided this wasn't just like a guard, a stage guard or anything. It's actually throws some wedding cake at you.
Or more likely spilt drinks to fit quite well. So it's
Okay.
We need to test with this. If the next
Well,
time
you
it's
have some
absolutely down in rain, we'll stand you outside in that suit. You can
It's
stand
a shame that. It's a shame it's not raining. We could have done
Was
it.
it not raining?
Mr. Foames, you still got your wedding suit.
No.
No, I haven't. And
Remember what your wedding suit was?
I tell you what I do have. I still have my wedding, what's it called, waistcoat, which was very wonderful colours of claret and blue. Obviously, being a supporter, and my darling wife chose those colours and tell me a thing. So when I was back down the aisle after having been, I noticed all this claret and blue, which I'd never really known about, and I just thought, what a wonderful day. And just to add to the obviously wonderful day,
I know what.
I've heard this story.
one, two, they become a lot. So it was the absolute, best day of my life.
Now, here, I'll come back to you in a minute. You'll see how this all shapes together beautifully in a minute. So, before Steve and I got married, which was way back in 1992, when I don't think anyone was alive then. I think you were alive.
I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we got married in 1992, and the day before our wedding, he absolutely chucked it down with rain. And we were having a carriage, and my dad said, there is a chance, Paula, that the horses aren't going to get through because there's been flash floods all over the place. I rang up, and we both worked for a company that used to make grips for umbrella and for grips, but also had a range of golfing. So I said, Steve, will you please bring some golfing umbrellas tomorrow at the wedding? It's going to rain. He went, we don't need it. I said, yes, it's chucking it. Just bring. No, we won't need it. And in the end, I went, why are you certain that it's not going to rain tomorrow? Because it's always a nice day when we play Liverpool at home. And it was.
Yes.
That brings me on to waterproofing on your suit, because you got married
in Ireland, yes,
which is renowned for its.
Obviously, always rains.
Yeah.
So we had planned for rain. We put up a giant tarp over the. That's what we did the 2 days before the wedding. We spent the day putting up a massive tarp over where everyone was going to be sitting. And so we planned for rain, and in the end, actually, we were very lucky. It was a beautiful sunny day for the ceremony. We were actually the only ones who were out in the sun. Obviously, a bit of a concern in Ireland with a lot of Irish people around. You can't be out in the sun for too long, the Irish. And then, so we ended up having to stay out in the sun all day. And then, of course, it rained. Obviously, it rained one part of the day. It was Ireland, but we were in the marquee point. So we were really lucky.
And a giant tarp, I think, can only be found in Georgia, can't it?
Let's get back.
Terrible dad.
Because clearly we can't go another moment without saying it. You did. You started through
I
footage
have.
for that.
Very much so. I've started to vlog it because I know some of it on my trip, but I didn't get a chance to vlog everything. So I'm going the process of the description of every shot I've done last. When I'm like, right, I want a shot of this, I can just find it. But I'm going to do it on Excel. Here we go.
Oh, really?
I'm going to do it different.
Okay.
So it's on an Excel spreadsheet, so I can print it and it will all be guys instead of a mess.
Wow,
That's
that's
my
very
brand.
accountant.
That is very accountant-like.
Speaking of accountancy, what did we have on the show this week?
Oh,
we have been revived from many, many old years.
My favourite section of the show is called Job Opportunities. My word, not sciences. And somebody contacted us today and said, no, actually earlier on in the week, would we advertise a job? And I said, yeah. So we resurrected that.
Green screen came out for the first time.
In a long time.
Yeah. My new thing.
So very busy last part of the week, and do you know what? I don't think FITV will exist next week because I know I'll be hanging. Absolutely. So tonight you're going to the Government House reception.
Yep, my favourite place. My favourite people
with all the
my
good
friends.
nibbles. Yeah. Because they've got a reception for
newcomers.
Yeah.
It's not welcoming you back.
No, just for me. Special reception.
Actually, that might be a good place and have a little look and see who's there. There's 2 people as well coming.
Good for contracts, I think. Very good for working. So
I'm at the storytelling evening at the museum because today, Wednesday the 20th, is actually International Storytelling Day. So I'm going to that one.
Do you write stories at this? Is this a writing story event, or is this you sit and talk?
I think she wants you to. It's all about old stories, so you have to actually speak.
Is it like the Red Chair on the Graham North show where you've got to go on and tell a story?
Flip.
It could be.
Yeah, it could
what stories are you going to tell?
I don't know.
Talk.
I'm going there to take photographs anyway, so I'm not really going to doing much. Anyway, tomorrow is madness. 1:30 we're going to the careers fair at the school. Stanley Services have got a stand for the first time.
They have.
Are you going to be there, Steve?
No, I won't be tomorrow. I've got competitions in the afternoon, unfortunately.
I'll be on
So
the stand.
Gareth will be, I think. Gareth will be there, and the Malvern Hotel go there, of course, and they cook some really nice stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
On down
Yeah. They might be doing some South American food.
which is what they did at lunchtime today, yeah. And then in the evening, I've got my first production of performance of The Importance of Being Earnest. And then tomorrow, the second one, and you're filming it then.
I have a weekend of Importance of Being Earnest.
Yeah.
Back-to-back performance.
And now you decide to stand up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know side of everything on. I know exactly how to film it. It'll be
Hockey lunch on Saturday night. You're doing that because I'm on stage. That's usually good.
I'm going to ask Boris to skate so I can have a whiz round as
With a on.
well. No, I'm good. I'm very good at roller. I used to go to roller disco child every weekend on Saturday. Very, very good.
Oh, fab. And then Saturday is the absolute. It's going to be
the top day of all
It's
the
gonna be
weekend.
killer.
A marathon, isn't it?
It's a
yeah, that's what we've got here. It's a marathon. So registration at 9 o'clock. There at the start, 10 o'clock, and then basically following them around. What time do you say some of them we're looking at?
You will. I think the record for the Falkland Islands is something like around 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Because it's a very difficult course, isn't
well, you've
it?
got the wind factor for starters will add probably 10 minutes at the very, very least onto even the most elite runner.
Yeah.
Who won last year?
I have no idea.
Knowledge?
I have no
Was
idea.
it?
No idea.
No idea. It's been a long time since. Well, no, that's not right. Because I don't know. Did Richard Short run last year? Or was he injured?
I think he was injured last year, but he has run it in the past.
Yeah.
He's a sort of 3-hour man.
Yeah.
In like Boston Marathon, he ran I think in 2 hours 59.
Yeah.
Martin Collins, he used to be chief executive of
South Georgia. Yeah.
Another 3-hour man, and I mean that's a really good
Yeah.
time. I do remember, probably about 5 years ago when Martin Collins, and we filmed him walking backwards into hail that was horizontal.
Oh, it was
Oh,
awful.
good
That,
God,
yeah,
that's
I remember that one.
You know who will be doing it though this year is Stacey Braga. This is his big marathon that he's been training for.
Yes, that's right. Yes, he
So it'll be
has.
interesting to see him doing because he did. He came second to last in the Cape Pembroke half marathon
Okay.
with a time I can't remember what his time was, but he didn't do too badly for someone who's never
No,
run
no,
before. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes in
yeah,
this.
I have seen him training out. We're going to be there filming that until about 4 o'clock, I think, when the prize giving starts. So that if there is anyone still coming along the line, Steve, I'm ever so sorry, you're going to have to stand out there while we go film the prize giving inside. But I think that's going to be pretty good. The only thing is that they did change the route a year or so ago, and because they've had to dig up the road, which I haven't got to the bottom of yet, they've had to dig up the road, which is the tarmac's only been down for 18 months, and they've had to dig it up again. So they can't go out all the way to Sapper Hill. So they're bringing back that little loop that they had at the very end, where they have to go past the finish line basically and do another. What's it? 3K, isn't it?
It's whatever it is. It's demoralising because you actually run past the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's why they changed it last year.
It's a very psychological thing, isn't it,
Yeah,
a
it
marathon?
is.
I hadn't realised that.
Yeah, at that stage, when you're in the last like 3 or 4 miles, it is all on the mind really, because your body is just totally devoid of energy, and you're really running on willpower.
Steve, you sound like an ex-marathon
Well,
marathon man yourself. I was going to say, have you
He is a
done
former
this?
runner.
Yeah,
former runner, aren't you?
Yes, I never got to marathon. I stuck to half marathons. I got to fairly decent level at half marathons, but I done a half marathon. I was like, would I be able to do this again? And the answer was no. So I left it at half marathon.
When I spoke to people about the marathons, it apparently messes up your digestive system. But I'll go to that further. Have you ever run a marathon?
Never, no. I can't get my head around running without a purpose, it seems like. I mean, a bucket or a stick, or you're chasing a ball or something. That's kind of keeps your mind on it. But I always think, like, would it be easier to have a hockey stick and a ball and just dribble that the whole way around? Then you've got to focus on, something to chase.
You've got a new sport. You've got a new sport.
Yeah.
The girl guides are organising a 5K and a 10K. Cakes.
Cupcake chase.
Yeah, cupcake chase.
Well, you've got to run to the next stand. Then obviously there's a reason to run. You want to get there to get the best ones before the next person.
I think you're on so with the hockey thing. Anyway, Monday, hopefully we have Kyle here. Hopefully, fingers crossed and everything going on. Guy is coming down to be with us here in Falkland Islands. Last big cruise ship. Last big cruise ship. Yeah, that's it now. Winter's coming.
Shall I see if I can get a little tour on that?
You
cruise
know
ship?
nothing. Snore.
Yeah, I'm not big right.
I got right there. Someone said this morning actually.
What?
Winter is coming. No, I didn't get the reference because I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Hannah.
In the prison, I was like,
It's 2019. How have you not?
Come on.
No interest.
So I think we'll do a podcast at some point on Thursday. Because we're just going to be by Friday, aren't we? It's going to be a lot busy week.
Very used to hanging. I think you mean hung. Well, we are used to be hanging by Thursday.
The generation gap.
Do you know what? It probably is. It probably
No,
is.
don't have to say that.
No, I don't think that I'm a. Well, we got married and before you.
I was born 92. 1st of June 92.
Okay, so a few months older when we got married.
3 months old.
3 months old.
So what's up with you guys? What do you?
I am waiting on a work permit. So as soon as that call comes through, I can start my new
Excellent.
mystery job. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it before.
Listen,
It's not
Let's
approved.
see, for next week.
Alright.
We'll be back next week.
I'm back next week. Am I
Probably.
becoming regular? You're going to have to get this in.
well, we've got chocolate
You've
for
got
you.
I've
this
literally
week.
eaten that whole this
Yeah.
whole podcast.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Look, there's only like 2 bits left. What happens when you put it on my
Oh,
side?
your mic's off.
We've just been talking the whole time.
No, it's literally only just fallen off. Yeah, it's only just fallen off. No, let's keep the thinking about that. In fact, write to the listener and tell us what job you think they've got.
Well,
Interaction.
Fun game.
Interaction.
dun.
Yeah. Interaction with the listener. That's what we want. Yes, episode number 7 is still the most popular out of all of these podcasts. So, you know.
Those of us who haven't.
Last week.
What?
Still your book.
What was
Still my book.
17? What was happening on
17. Just you, 80.
It was Paula reading about her, but I think it's because it's girls talking. We're all women's hour.
Yeah. Katie read out bits, but we got through some topics, I think, didn't we? I can't remember.
It was so long ago because we're now 42.
And did we not bring you in?
I don't think so.
Or was that different?
I don't.
Sorry,
Silly.
benefit
I
of
know,
the table.
I've only, other than the last call, I've only been on one of the podcasts when you dragged me in to talk about accountancy.
That was a brilliant week. Bailey had this great idea that we would bring in somebody from each letter of the alphabet, and we got as far accountancy,
Get up.
Right.
B for barrister, stop. Oh no, we did cafe. We did cafe manager, and that's it as far as we got.
I'm just going to chop away from Hannah. This is actually my salary, remember. This is my salary. I get paid in.
Paid in chocolate.
Paid in
Anyway,
chocolate and biscuits.
that's the end of this podcast. Thank you very much, listener, for listening in. Stephen, I hope you've really liked the bits about the sport. Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to say. Tell me this, Holmes. Is the Falkland Islands Tennis Association going to change their name from FITV?
As in Falklands Ping Pong Association.
Yeah.
No, is the answer to that
There we
one.
go.
I think table tennis is the official term used at the and other sporting.
More catchy.
Yeah.
No, ping pong. Although it only here, you go to ping pong today.
It's colloquial.
Sounds
Okay.
like
So that comes the end of this podcast. Thank you very much for listening, listener. If you want to watch along, it's week 4 to 1. Actually, we haven't told you what's on the programme this week. Well,
absolutely nothing. You have to tune in.
I'm on the programme
Bailey's
this week.
on
there
the
we
programme.
go.
There we go.
Bailey's on the programme. Write in if you've got any strong feelings about Steve's eyebrows. We would love to hear them.
Or Bailey's suit.
Or Bailey's suit. And we'll catch you next time. Don't forget you can subscribe on fitv.co.fk. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.